If we receive an invitation to come to someone's house for a meal, we might inquire, are we talking about a casual meal, burgers being thrown on the grill, or are we talking about a dinner experience that I need to dress up for? Yah has issued an invitation for us to come to his table, and the occasion is for us to remember him and celebrate him. This Spirit folks, a 2-minute Torah, day number 4 of the Torah portion, V'ikra. We're going to cover the Mincha today and the Shelamim, if possible. So let's begin with V'ikra, or Leviticus chapter number 2, verse 1. It says, and when one brings a grain offering to Yahweh, his offering is to be a fine flour, and he should pour oil on it and put frankincense on it. He shall bring it to the sons of Aaron the priest, and he shall take from his hand, fill with fine flour and oil with all the frankincense, and the priest shall burn it as a remembrance portion on the slaughter place, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. What is this mincha offering, this grain offering? Well, the phrase here suggests that a soul, a nephesh, the person of it, should offer. We're presenting this as from ourselves. It is a memorial or a remembrance offering. The idea here is that we come before him bringing bread or grain, bringing oil and bringing frankincense, and then it's seasoned with salt. All of this has something to speak about to us. And it is a remembrance of how that Yah has been faithful to us. Grain has been said to be the staple of the human diet. It could be argued that current grains are not what they used to be, but historically, let's say it that way, historically, bread has been the staple of life. And it expresses our very existence, that it is dependent upon Yah. If he doesn't give us fertile soil and rain in its season and plenty of sunshine and the ability to harvest and then the skill to produce grain from the harvest, we don't have that staple of our diet. So everything, even down to the biscuit we put in our mouth, we should recognize that a lot has been involved, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and Yah has favored and blessed that effort so that we can eat. Oil symbolizes comfort for us and also healing, obviously anointing. And so as we pour the oil upon the work and the accomplishment of the work in our hands that we bring to him, we're acknowledging you comfort us with skill and ability and opportunity. And as we eat that which you have given us the ability to produce, it brings healing and strength and vitality, nourishment to our body. And once our body is presented to you, it can be also sealed with oil and anointed for your service. All of this is then beginning to speak about Yah is faithful to give us a life that ends up in a rewarding fashion, both to ourselves and to him. Frankincense that is placed upon it represents for us joy and satisfaction. There are a lot of those that around us may say, I just don't understand why you're trying to keep all of that Old Testament stuff. It's bondage, it's servitude, it's hard. No one can do it. But his word is filled with joy. It's filled with light. It's filled with life. It is filled with hope and with encouragement. And it leads to a life that is satisfied. I've got to tell you that when we do away with all the religious codes that man over generations has come up with, and we boil it all back down to this is what the word says. This is what the Torah says is sin and what it's not sin. This is the way to live and how not to live. This is our relationships that are permitted. These are the ones that are not. This is how we eat. This is how we don't eat. It describes for us life overall and helps us to understand that in the boundary of all that I have given to you, and it's an enormous boundaries, plenty of room for plenty of life, there is joy and there is indeed great satisfaction. And then finally we come to the element of salt. Salt is a symbol of Yah's immutable covenant because it preserves, it heals, it sets apart, it sanctifies. There is no fruit. There is no leaven here. There is no honey here. We're not talking about the sweetness of life necessarily. We're not talking about the sugar aspect of life. We don't want to be sluggish. We want to be energized. I'll leave that for all of those of you who study sugar and so forth to pounce upon. We want to have energy. And so when we are rightly involved, rightly engaged, rightly sealed with this covenant, there is life, there is the abundance of it. And we bring this grain offering to Him saying, thank you for all the elements of my life that you have put together for me. Now, let's move on just for a few moments to the idea of the Shalomim offering. From this, we get the idea of the phrase shalom, or the word shalom. Shalom is oftentimes relegated to the idea of peace. Peace is a byproduct of shalom, but not necessarily shalom itself. Shalom, actually, more so than peace, means wholeness and completeness. It is the idea that everything is in place and nothing is missing and nothing is broken, but we are full and complete. This offering involves three different parties. It says in chapter 3 that we present a slaughtering of peace offerings and we bring it from the herd, male or female. We lay our hands upon it. It is slaughtered. And as you read this, you will find then that Yah receives a portion. The priest that offers it is given a portion. And then the one who brings the offering initially also receives a portion. So Yah receives at his table, in a manner of speaking. The priest has his portion at his table. And then the presenter at his table with his family and friends, provided that they're ritually clean, they all partake. They're eating the same meal, maybe at 3 different times of the day, but there's a limited time where they eat this meal and it's all enjoyed together. As the presenter is eating with his family this offering that he has received back, it is as much as he is seated at the Father's table and he is given priestly sanction to come before him, and there he is received. It is Shalomim as a shen, which means, letter-wise, it means to be consumed. Lamed is authority. Mem is chaos. A yod is to work. And then there is a final mem, additional chaos. According to the meaning of the letters, not declaring a doctrine here, it's just a simple way of enjoying how Hebrew works. It is the consuming or destroying of the authority of chaos by making chaos for it. In other words, the way that Yah puts the chaos or the accuser of the brethren or he who stands against us to flight is to throw him into darkness, peril, and chaos, confusing, confounding our adversary. And he's so busy trying to get out of his own situation, he leaves us alone. Therefore, it is a victory meal in a sense. And so we understand then that this covenant meal with Yah is to celebrate with thanksgiving. You have healed me. You have delivered me. You have provided for me. You have been faithful to me. You have destroyed my adversaries. You have opened the prison doors and set me free. You've encouraged me. All of this is an act of worship. It is an act that comes from covenant. Again, back in Shemot or Exodus 24, when the offerings are offered, there with the initiation of the covenant, Shalomim offerings were offered. This is a covenant meal. And so we celebrate the covenant. I'm telling you, these offerings are not just about dead animals and burning them up on an altar. They're about the love and the passion of Yah for his people and ours for him in return. 2 more offerings, and we'll study them tomorrow. Until then, shalom.